Up, I'm live. It's Monday, and I am not happy with stream elements, but well, that story's been going on for, well, realistically over a week now, but since Friday, let's say. Tonight's plan is more Derail, because why wouldn't it be? You know? It's Monday. That's what I've been doing as of late. I'm enjoying driving the trains, and Satisfactory is not quite to the point of 1.1 being on the main branch, so I'm not gonna switch back to that. I'm waiting for 1.1 plus mod updates. So Satisfactory will have to wait. But again, I got more to do in Derail. I'm having fun playing it, so we're gonna do that. Just to touch on the stream element stuff though, before we hop into Derail, in case you missed it, I'm just having difficulty transferring the money to my bank account. They're apparently initiating the transfer, and then when it gets to the bank's like, this account doesn't exist. Which is all sorts of wrong, because, yeah, it fucking does. But yeah, so don't use se.pay, which is the non-PayPal option on Stream Elements, because I don't know if I can even get a hold of that money at the moment without resorting to basically borrowing the rent's bank accounts. I don't have extra bank accounts just lying around that I can use instead. So, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully should eventually be able to get that working again, but for the time being, until I figure it out, yeah. There is PayPal and, well, PayPal. To be fair, Ko-fi also supports Venmo, which is PayPal, essentially. And then just using a debit or credit card through PayPal, but it shouldn't require a PayPal account, so yeah. It's basically all PayPal. Not evil. But the thing about PayPal is, I know some people don't like it, but I know it fucking works. And, unlike Stream Elements, which has an initial processing time plus a transfer time, so it takes like better part of a week usually to transfer any funds out, PayPal can literally be within a few minutes, so it works better for me in that regard. It costs a little bit more to do it instantly, so I avoid that when I don't need to, but yeah. Also, that goal, as it says in the title, the goal in the bottom left-hand corner, we're $15 off, and that ain't gonna stick around much longer. Somebody just do it, please. Just don't do it via SEPay or se.pay. That is not what I meant to click. Derail. I really should have launched this like a minute ago, because then it would actually be launched. What have I done? Where did we end? I think we ended last week in City West. And I was working on upgrading the trains, and I had noticed that there was another like $50,000 haul to the harbor. And I had the S060 in tow, the demo S060. I have since gone back to the harbor, dropped that load off, and I've naturally set up another load, as you do. I've not made any trips to City South, so I am leaving the 060 in the harbor, and probably whenever I actually get around to moving that to City South, I'll probably pick up the S282, which is literally just over here out of shot, as we'll see in a minute. I'll pick that up, put it on the rails, and drag it back to City South, and then we can get to working on that. I am doing fine, I guess. It could be better. Could always be better, but yeah, not terrible. Texas. I'm northeast myself. I don't get more specific than that. Yeah, no. We're going to be doing a familiar route. It's a little dark, but you can see I got the slug out again. All the way down back there somewhere is the end of the train. I need to get my stuff set up a little bit better. Okay, so the S282 is behind me, but either way. I need to go get the paperwork. Train's gotten to range after loading, so did things. Also, I organized things in here a little bit more. Did I have one of these before? Because if not, I do now, and I have a folder here because there's like one more license than there are slots in this. So I've got a couple of empty folders and then a bunch of licenses. You can see Hazmat 3, Military 3 should go there. But if those go there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 6 train licenses, so yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna ever use these. I probably will, but you'll see why in a moment. That is for the slug when I eventually get to City South. This is up here just doing nothing. Thank you, mouse, for double clicking. And yeah, I don't know. Let's go find the jobs that I've got. No. 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 It's, there it is. Iron Mine West. 97,000. And then there's these two, which aren't that much, to Machine Factory. Because they're honestly not that great. I'm going to put this back. Which one did I go for first? I think it was that one. By the way, before we get the train rolling, I do just want to show. So, this nominally... Stupid brake being applied. I think it has like a 600 meter range or a little over 600 meter range. So this train is about 600 meters long. Sorry, down here. Yeah, that signal strength is still fantastic. The remote signal booster, wonderful piece of kit. Hey, Gason. So, I am going to... This always rotates itself for some reason. Ah. Start you up. And then, is it your handbrake that's set? Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, I got stuff set up. We'll get to that in a moment. That should more or less be good. Helps to set the reverser. Yeah, it starts kicking that in, but that's fine. That switch is set, so you can just do that, because you'll note I haven't activated anything yet. There's a good reason for that. There's the 060. Just chilling on the siding going off towards the roundhouse. I'm going over here, because, well, there was this one shunting that, yeah, 110,000, that would have been like 165,000, I think, more or less. But Military 3 Hazmat 3. So I can't do it. This I can do, though, and it's for even more. So, just activate all of these. There we go. And then we run over this way towards our train that is probably able to get ramped up a little bit more. And the reason why I haven't turned on the headlights is because, well, you remember I was installing these, right? You can't really see it all that well, I guess. The fancy new ones. Your change. Yeah, these are pretty good. They're really good. So, yeah, we're not going to have issues seeing in a wide area. Plus, if I want, where are they? They're down here. I can add those in just for a little bit more brightness. Straight ahead. I don't know, something like that. Issues regardless. Yeah, well. The lighting should be pretty damn good, though, compared to what it normally is. Because, again, normally, it's that. That's all I get. Now it's a much bigger area. I do not honestly enjoy the fact that this is such a narrow viewpoint. Wrong button. I could come over here and, you know, look out one of these windows. But, yeah. Also, flags are there because why not? Gotta be there when I need them. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's a familiar route. It's one we've done plenty of times, and it's not going to be the most interesting trip as a result, because, well, we've done it a bunch, but for the amount of money that I'm making just from these two alone, well worth it. These two are just a bit of extra money on top of that. Also, yeah, it is a bit of a struggle up this hill. I knew that was going to be a thing because the weight load of this is pretty high. So I might have to start up the DH4, but we're here. We're to the tunnel, so it might be okay. It just might be a little slow going. I mean, like, 117 minutes on this. And not you. 133 on that. So we got plenty of time. Just the very start of the trip might be a little bit slow. Yeah, see, we're starting to pick up a tiny bit of speed again. Very slowly. Yeah, I don't know if that's honestly the best spot for that. It is up and out of the way, because I'm not going to be looking up there. I'm looking out this way. But yeah, I don't know. Also, my frame rate is struggling. Oh, don't tell me it's raining. My frame rate is struggling as of B99.4. I don't know what they did. Maybe it was me adding in all these extra add-ons and shit. But yeah, performance has been worse than it was before. I used to be able to sustain about 60 FPS pretty consistently. Now I'm usually dipping down to 30-40 when hauling, so I don't know. Oh, also you will notice I have this at the front because I put the lights on it. So I want it at the front. Yeah, I got the extra stuff mounted up. And over here too, you notice. They're labeled. That's nice. Did I mount the lights on stream? I don't remember. Do I want to go back and start the DH4? I probably should, considering it's raining, but at the same time, the slug probably won't care about the rain. Get a better PC, AAA companies? I don't think Old Future is a AAA company. But you're not wrong. It had just shifted up, and now it's shifted back down. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just sit back here for a moment. And when that gets too high, I'm gonna flip the throttle back and then go from there. I don't think I did anything. I don't think I made any changes to this. I'll just flip that now. Back here, though, there are some changes. This doesn't do anything at the moment. It's not wired up, but yeah, you can see I got stuff mounted up in here. The lights up on the side. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I'm considering putting the range extender in here, but I don't know. I'll flip that off because I don't need it on. And you're doing just fine. Honestly, I can probably kill this at this point. Slope's not that bad. We've got momentum. But I'll leave it running a little bit longer. I'm gonna stay back here for the time being, though, so I can easily just kill it when I feel it's really not needed anymore, and then, you know, return up front. And despite the weight of this, I will consider stopping at City West if there's anything nice there. Because why wouldn't I? You know? More money, right? More money is always better. To a point, at least. But for me, more money is always better because I never have enough of it. Especially when companies don't want to fucking cooperate. Of course, as much as I'm trying to push the blame onto Stream Elements, it very well could be the bank. My bank could just be fucking up. But considering PayPal works just fine, Twitch has worked just fine in recent months, like... Is it my bank? I find that hard to believe. I'm gonna reduce the throttle one notch just so it doesn't go too fast. Because there are some corners around here that are 40 limited. I don't want to go too much above that. I don't actually know if the rain affects derail chances. Like, would the reduced friction make it easier to derail? I don't know. Because you're talking about side force and not, like, vertical force at that point. I don't know if the game will actually simulate reduced traction due to wetness with the side force on the wheels. I could see it maybe wanting to slide up sooner because there's less friction on the track surface itself, if that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know exactly how they simulate things. Those lights are very bright, aren't they? Pretty much negates the need for the spotlights. Because, like, I could mount them up on the roof of the DE6, but those things just cast so far out. I don't like the look of them. Whoops. Wrong 2. Actually, that was 3. Yeah, you can see that. Like, I don't really like the look of that. These lights. It kind of looks silly, but when it does all that, you know? Worth having. And since I spend most of the time in the cabin... Okay. Yeah, the overheating is from the other train. Or more or less to the flattened level, so... I don't actually know where the back of the train is relative to everything, relative to speed zones, so I'm just gonna wait until that goes off, and at that point I'll know that, yeah, we're good to go faster. Train's over half a kilometer long, so you gotta be mindful, you know? Don't want to go too fast. Though fortunately with that thing I'll know very quickly if something's gone wrong. Oh. If something does happen, I don't need to worry about it too much. Yeah, just go straight to full throttle, why not, you know? I don't know exactly how fast I can go, but we're on the fairly straight section. It's curved, I know. It never fully straightens out around here, but it's close enough. So... I know I can go at least 50. Looks like it stopped raining, which is also nice. Hey, Callie. Where do I want to cut it off? Probably around now, honestly. Just to play it safe, because again, I don't know exactly what the speed limit is back at the back end of the train. And since I've still yet to derail anything beyond the handcart, I'd like to keep it that way. Yes, I know what the name of the game is. I don't care. Actually, what I could honestly just do is do that. Don't really need anything more. This thing's also down on charge. I don't know if you noticed, but I could just go and do this. Can you... bloody not? Well, it's fully charged, so we're good. It's so dumb. Hey look, it's the moon! And some stars. I don't know if you guys on Twitch can actually see that, but you should be able to see that in the recording once that goes up on YouTube. There are 2 or 3 spots there. Surrounding my cursor, kind of. That was the other thing. I knew that there were 60s up ahead as we get to the switches. So if I just keep the speed around 55, we're good. need to slow down for a little while. There is a 30 right here. Well, that's fine. Oh boy. Understandable evil. Thank you, Kelly, for the resubscription. As always, 62 months, over half of which has been at Tier 2. Absolutely insane. Your continued support is very much appreciated. And also, I just sped up just to possibly put the brakes on a bit, not independent. Because I don't want it going too fast, potentially through the junction, because I don't know where the end of the train is. But yeah, thank you for the resub notice that I knew was going to come at some point tonight. Also, with the slug attached, dynamic braking is trivial. Absolutely love it. No such thing as too fast. Well, I don't have the no derailment option toggled, so... Oh boy. 40? Really? Okay, I need a bit faster deceleration than that, so I'm gonna throw some manual braking in. Yeah, you can turn it off, in the game even. Yeah, we're still losing speed. Just with this much of a downhill, weren't scrubbing off speed quite fast enough to get through the 40 comfortably. People out here playing Valley. Yep. I mean, it's nice if you want to just dick around in Sandbox, you know? I'm not even going to bother with the tracker. Also, we can turn this off at this point. And this. Not even going to bother with the distance tracker, because right up there is a 30, so... I'm gonna need to slow down anyway soon. Oh, that's right. That's right. Where is the right button? Yep. We want to go to the right. Are you still filling up? Jeez. Just manage the speed. need to lose much more speed than that. Actually, I can probably disengage completely now. Because that is very much level, and we've probably got most of the train off the hill anyway. $50 up ahead, though. Train brakes are cold. Not that hot. Yeah, I finally mounted one of them, because why not? In this, where the trains can be so long, yeah, it's probably a good idea to have another one of them. Oh, and I completely forgot to say as well, obviously, I've only got the slug in tow. Of course, we go around the left-hand curve right now. Only got the slug in tow, and not a second DE6? Why don't I have two DE6s? You know, why is it just this? It's simple. There was only a DH4 at Harbor. There was no DE6. So you do. So, yeah, I would have taken another DE6, but there was none to take. So, oh well. Don't want to go too fast just because City West is coming up very shortly. We'll hop out and check if there's anything there. We're going right. Yeah, in case it's not obvious, I set everything ahead of time. See. We're going to C3I first. And I made sure I actually set everything ahead of time this time. Unlike the last time where I thought I did and I actually didn't. Okay. Station house is right here. It's a logistical haul, but it's going to C1S. Yeah, it's going a little fast. Like, stop giving me such good things coming out of A3S every time. We're just gonna pick it up. Because I've got enough time. Like, why should I not earn an additional $57,000, like $85,000, you know? Hey, Dingle. And that's actually a good question. I was going to ask Callie, but I figured you might say something. But yeah. Now you're making food, fair enough. The scenic background as the sun rises of train driving past. You have to be very mindful of how long this train is and how much momentum it will thus have. How heavy is this? This job. An extra 380 tons will probably be fine. Probably. Oh, that's good, Callie. That's very good. It is never fun being sick. Especially when you just can't really talk at all. That really sucks. Yeah, I'm not gonna put any more speed into it. Looks like there's a DH4 up there. Yep. Watch your head. I was gonna duck, but I hit the wrong key. Yeah, and I've come here so many times, although last time I went out that way, as you just heard. I've come here so many times as of late, all the switches are just thrown the way I want them to be. Except for the outer track, because I keep resetting them. Yeah, I can imagine, Callie, if you actually went in like that. These are empty tankers, but it doesn't mean I want to go flying into them. Slowly but surely roll it in. The only thing is this might be a bit annoying to take care of. Beautiful. Just a slight nudge. Please be at this end. It's not, of course. Alright, now that I'm at the end of this consist, that is 600 meters plus an additional 300. 900 meters! Yep. Signal strength is looking good, and you can get rolling. Is the fun of the train even anywhere in town? No, it's up the slope somewhere. Oh boy, my frame rate is complete shit right now. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna... I might have to leave this one on the switch behind where I'm going and pull it around after dropping off, but I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if C1S is built or not. Full throttle it. Amp limiter will kick in if it needs to, which it doesn't even need to. Look at that. Like 10,500, 10,000, 10,000. No, 10,000. 1,000. It's times 100. 1,000, now 900 amps. It's not a problem. 1,000. Yeah. Well, 1,000 isn't wrong, it's just not usually the way we say it is all. I'm just gonna crank this all the way up to here, which is far enough that, no, we cannot get anywhere near the back of the train. Yeah, you can see it's still coming out of the switch there. So, I should probably be a bit careful on the speed. A little bit longer. I should have started this up, but I didn't. But again, I'll know really quick if something goes wrong back there. We good yet? I mean, it looks like it. I want to be lower? Kinda do. Yeah, if you derail, you'll know. The bad thing is that with the way these trains are set up, the cars are set up, they fail off. Which is not exactly ideal in my opinion, but what do I know? Just try and get up as much speed as we can. Just shift it up again. Before the ascent up to Machine Factory, which has already started. There's a chance I really will need to fire up the DH4 for this climb. It was a bit of a struggle out of harbor. I mean, we were fine. But that was without an additional 300 tons on the back of the train. And we're getting up to plus 2%. And I'm not forgetting this either. Yeah, we are rapidly losing speed. Alright, fine. Start you up. There it goes. Of course, that is almost immediately going to start holding this back. I'm going to have to take it down a notch of throttle. But so be it. This is why I wanted a second DE6, but again, there were none. There was only a DH4 at Harbor, so I didn't have a choice in the matter. And with the jobs that had spawned at Harbor, no way in hell was I going elsewhere to try and find one, or reloading the area to see if one would spawn. No power in the distance. Frame rate, can we stop being cinematic? Can we stop being console? No, it's gonna stay console experience. 30 fucking FPS. It did dip down to 24 there for a little bit, though. Lower the throttle down before it starts overheating. Yeah. Full throttle, the DH4 will always overheat. One notch out, and it will sit in the yellow, but it won't. Usually. Sometimes it will under heavy enough load. Thank you for that perfectly timed demonstration. Alright, I lowered the throttle again to make sure that wouldn't happen. This is what I mean. It holds the DE6 back. DE6 is fine because it's splitting its power with the slug. So it pretty much will never overheat at this point. You're gonna slow down too much before it ever overheats. Put the throttle back up one extra notch. I might be able to get a bit more power out of it for a little bit before it starts overheating again. Or it might just not overheat anymore, because the slope's leveled out enough. If I go full throttle, it will definitely start to overheat again. machine factory just ahead of us. We're almost there. Yep, that's set correctly. We see a DE6 up there? Can't see anything at the moment. Honestly, the trains might not even be spawned in at this point. It's hard to tell. No, there's a DE6 right there. Galileo? DH4 there. I think there's something back there. Looks like it might be a DE2. I see yellow. I don't think it's a DE6 though. Where are you going? Did I took a load for Harbor. Alright, who noticed that and decided not to say anything? Oh well. We're just gonna stay in here and just use the distance tracker. Boy, don't need as much power on it now. Well, apparently nobody noticed. Good. Usually it's the case when I make a mistake, somebody will notice and just not say anything. So if that's the case, that nobody actually noticed, fine by me. Anything good here? No. No, there is not. Yeah, shut up, people. Don't want to go too far there just because I do not want to end up in I don't want to end up leaving the area. Yeah, you can just stay there, honestly. You're not in my way, so I don't care. I need this siding. And are you? You're fine just. You're fine just. Back here. Have fun. Let's see, you're 00, the rare FH 00. Alright, oh, I shut it down, didn't I? That was silly. Not only that, I set the damn hemp. What are you doing here? Who knows where that came from? Just to be sure, yep, C3I, C4I. The train's going downhill, so I don't really need to get it going that fast. Plus, we don't have that far to go. Also, Callie, it's really simple. DE6 is the long boy. The slug is the DE6 that doesn't have a cab. So it's also a long boy. The other one, sure, but like the DE6 is probably the easiest one to recognize because of its... It's the only one that's that big that isn't a steam engine. And the steams are actually really easy to figure out as well, because it's literally in the name. S for steam, and then 060 or 282 for the axle count. Like many steam engines, actually. DE2, DM3, DH4, DM1U, yeah, those B2, those I can understand not knowing, though. Caboose, though, that one I can understand you really getting confused on. Caboose? What the fuck is a caboose? How the fuck are you supposed to know what that is? Seriously, though, most of the things are obvious enough. Imagine if cars were named off of their mechanical specs. Oh god, I don't even want to think about that. That would be terrible. Alright. Start rolling. I can't go to the cab because it is going to end up... Get plenty of time. 43,000. $61,000. Yeah, the cab is going to end up leaving the area. So I basically just have to hop on the back here. Rocket. And, backing it up. Here. You can go in there, and you can also go in there. Again, it is a downhill out of either side of Machine Factory. How much money am I up to? 270? Not terrible. Going to all the stores last time really drained a lot. Yeah, just... Didn't start out with much, but yeah, here's a rocket. Not a problem. I'm allowed to haul this. Wait, wrong one. I want that one, which is already set. Yeah, see, now it's starting to pick up speed. Next break will start in 2 minutes. I need you to roll a little bit further than that. Well, I guess I should just take my break now, considering that it's going to take a couple minutes to get it back over there, and I don't want to pause while the train is moving, apparently. So, yeah, Dingle's not the only one who's had issues with the train doing bad things. Also, apparently I set it to 90 at some point. But yeah, that does seem to be an issue with 99.4. Maybe they fixed it? I don't know. There's been some hot fixes released recently. Hard to say for sure or not, though. What AFK scene do we get? It's Witness. Same old one. Yeah, as the bot said, it's time for a break. I'm just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, besides the beginning and end. Prevents pre-rolls for next hour, and ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of having a small section of stream where nothing is happening be replaced with ads if you're not a subscriber. If you look at the Steam discussions, Dingle, there are patch notes there. Devs made a post specifically for the hotfix changelog. Yeah, when I come back, we'll continue with getting this all done and stuff. I might stop in the store since I've got a bit of time. I think I have like 133 minutes to get to Iron Mine West, and we're still under 50 at this point. I can afford to look at the store again if there's anything I want to pick up. Anyway, yeah, break time. Also, we're $15 from you being able to watch me suffer doing 69 laps around the Nordschleife. In what? Haven't figured that out yet. But I'm not gonna figure it out unless you do it. It's $15. Surely somebody can justify that. You wanna make me suffer? Go for it. Anyway. BRB. Alrighty. I am back and catch up on things that have been said. Yeah. Good luck with AC then, Dingle. By the way, Max, have you heard of auto unattend? Because I feel like with what you're saying, it might have been of use to you. And Callie, yeah, as they said, very long. Competent car can do like a lap in 7 to 8 minutes. 69 is a lot of laps. So, it's a time. Auto unattend. It's a little file you can place in the root of an install drive, and it makes things much easier because you can basically automate things, including working around that whole requires an online account bullshit. And it can include the key that you use for Windows, and yeah, it's very handy. That. Sure, I don't care. Yeah, I don't think it's very well documented for normal user use, but I learned about it last year and I tried it out. I installed Windows 11 on the Optiplex with ease. That computer doesn't support Windows 11. Auto unattend is a wonderful thing. 300 kilometers in a session by doing 11 laps of the Nordschleife. Yeah, that sounds about right. Look at that. Train brakes? Doesn't care. Pushes through them. Surface or stuff like that. Yeah. I believe the point of auto unattend is for groups that need to install in bulk. Thus, auto unattend. Automatic unattended. Yeah. Yeah. It's all the apps and settings. No, I agree. There are scripts that can be run, though, that can automatically run, like... I don't know if it supports Chocolatey, but... Ninite, I think, was supported. Settings... Some level of settings configuration. I mean, it supports scripts, so whatever you can do via script, you can do. And like I said, it allows you to handle a lot of the initial settings without needing to do much of anything. At least you think it was everything. That's why I tend to just back up the user directory and the program files directory and program files x86 directory. You know, just everything. But yeah, no, like I said, with the Optiplex, just to test it, it was so simple. I know that when I inevitably switch to Windows 11, I am absolutely utilizing that, because it's just makes it so much easier. And it's official Windows, too. Built into Windows. Yeah, the local account and not having to toggle off all the telemetry bullshit and whatnot, because it's just handled automatically. That was really nice. Also, if this unloads for a fair amount of money, I'm doing it, because again, I've got time to kill. Missiles. Gib. Here they are. Just come to Mill Base real quick at Machine Factory. You can have them. I'm sure they won't notice. $165,421. Very nice. So yeah, that's going to Harbor. This is shunt 25,000. I mean, it's one drop off. It's one drop off. I could do it. Again, I've got time. Yeah, just hit the same damn key. That's great. I mean, those are definitely real missiles, Max. This is a military base. I don't know if they're ready to use, but they should be some level of good. I mean, there's literally a fucking tank right over there. Do not hump. I actually saw a post on Reddit last week, Dingle. Somebody had a sign on their caboose to that effect. Got a good chuckle out of me. Based on something IRL. Ah, fair. Is that far enough forward? No. Definitely not. That should be. Let's see. Track separation is... could be right around there, I think. Not seeing it. I think that was the clunk clunk. Alright. Where the hell am I? Kind of annoying that this is out here. Activate that. Going to E2S. Get me around the damn thing. Unload is right here. Say goodbye, because they're leaving. Here, come watch. And they're gone. And that leaves just the excavators once I put this into the siding. Evil, how would that even fucking work? Yeah, I don't know how it would. So E2S. Right there, so... flip that. And I just gotta get ahead of this switch. Where is this set? Somewhere in Europe. Is where it's based on. It's not anywhere specific. I forget where exactly the devs are basing this out of, but it's very much Europe. It's probably like... yeah, I mean, people have certainly made some cursed-looking characters. Oh. That's probably one of the settings that they used. Thank you, Dingle. Eastern Europe. Very helpful. So it's right around here. Ah, right there. That's the seam. So as long as the carts are behind that seam right there, it'll be fine. I don't technically need to push them further back than that. Yeah, it's almost certainly generic. Set the handbrake. And then do this. Yep, 2 minutes. Technically slightly longer, but 37,000, I'll take it. Now, is there anything else that I need to buy? I think I wanted some toolboxes. How many? Go 3. Just buy another signal booster. Why not? I'm here, so I might as well, right? I also might just buy another set of headlights. Again, just because I'm here. Also, they added taillights. Those weren't there before 99.4. I want to buy more demonstrator paint? Not really. Buy them and cause chaos. I've got 2 proximity sensors, so I don't need them. Is this where they sell... the, shovel hangers? Because I'm not seeing a shovel. Hanger. I'm not seeing a shovel either, but I'm looking for the hanger. If not, that's fine. Just figured I might buy it if it's, here. I mean, there's a shovel. Alright. 52.5 for what I bought. Yep. You have fun with that. 420,000. Nice. Of course, Max. Of course that was the first thing you backed up. You're not running, right? Clearly not. I want you. You are how long? 216. So let's say 220, so that's going to be 270. Alright. And off we go to deliver them. I'm not going to go too fast because I don't know what... It says 5. I don't know that that's a 50 curve. I don't know about that. Also, I've got this set here so I can do... I think it's technically referred to long hood forward instead of just short hood forward. I've just been using it for the starter button. So it does have this. If even Topless Gun can figure out shopping bags, so can you. Yeah, that is something they do need to work on. Though that said, it's rather amusing to watch everything spawn and just be complete chaos. So, I don't entirely hate the fact that they don't shopping bag it. It is a bit silly, though. Gonna be even better when it all shows up in the shed. Not gonna need to sort it out, or not gonna all pile in one at a time. It's all gonna spawn there. I'll probably do so before I get to it, but it's still amusing. Alright, we don't need to go faster. I see another speed sign here. Not as of yet, but I don't like how fast we're going, because, yeah, sure enough. I mean, to be fair, Evil, they did kind of sort that out with this latest update. Kind of. You know, that's what the toolboxes are. There's folders, toolboxes, briefcases, like... There are items for containing other items, it's just at the store you don't have that. Only at the store. And initial spawning into the shack, shed, whatever you want to call it, if you don't take care of it at the store. Also, bullshit, it's level here. That sign said it was level. It's clearly not level. It levels out, sure, but it takes a while to get there. Oh, look at that. It just slows right down at that point. Probably because it's partially uphill. Not having to fight gravity. That helps. This is slightly obnoxious to get here, but that's fine. B2I. Not that far from Machine Factory. Where we go from here, though, I don't know. Might just have to backtrack to Machine Factory. Let's see. Look, clear all the way in. Yeah, no, that's very true, Evil. That's very true. Things get buried very easily. After all. Well, shit. Yeah, no, that's definitely out. I don't honestly need to use this, but I'm going to use this because it's right here. Yeah, it does not care for your nonsense. The diesel exhaust. It will just push things back with the handbrake set. It does not care. And we should be good there. Set that again. Attach. Oh, I got here quick. 63 minutes. 146,000 from that one job. Also... Yeah, I think the forecast is, not quite right. That does seem to be an issue with this build. Not worth it. Eh. I mean, there's some amount of money to be made there. How much time do I have for that? 26 minutes. I think the most efficient way for that would honestly be like down this way, although that track is a time. I don't want to go back to Machine Factory though, for the simple fact that it's more likely to be better. You can do this now, as a side note. They actually travel with things. What did I even want to use these for? I don't remember. Oh, yeah! Not enough space? These don't fit in anything! God damn it. I've got a bunch of these things, the, nameplates. Because train names do be happening eventually. Some point. Okay. Where is the bloody point of entry for these things? Like, you can't tell me that a toolbox doesn't accept that. Okay, that will go in there. Oh yeah, and you're here. You can just go, like, right there. Honestly. Okay, good. They do go in. And have these physicsing in the world. I'm just gonna put them all in there. There you go. 10 nameplates for 10 vehicles. That's these 4, plus the other 3 demo units, plus the BE2, plus the DM1U, plus the caboose. And, yeah, I'm not happy with the jobs here. So, rather than going to the food factory, I'm probably just going to go back to Machine Factory. And hope that a good job down to City West / Harbor appears. And because I'm not going to torture the DE2, we're going to do this using this. So we're going to cut that in, cut you out, and then go into here. I still don't have the reverse mounted speed and brakes. I didn't pick up enough of them. Only enough for this. Also, that looks stupid, but whatever. That's the track I want to be on, which is up here somewhere. That switch? Probably that switch. That was weird. I can actually just do that, though, by doing this. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty profitable. the extra unload as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. Hey, what's going on? 566,000. Oh boy. That's a fair amount. What's up, EJ? What's going on, everyone? Thank you very much for the raid, EJ. Very much appreciated. I need to get this back out to make sure I don't go too fast through the tunnel, because it's only a 40 limit. We're just heading back to, well, I hope that, workers treated you well, EJ, but, we just got done with a pretty big job. Earned, I think it was like 400-some thousand dollars. I still don't have the license for that yet. Someday. And just heading back to Machine Factory now, because honestly, I'm not happy with the jobs that are here, so I'm gonna hope that there's more back there that is worth my while. Also, don't mind that, just watch your head. Going on, everybody? By the guy, Vinius, Iger, Akalux, Shaw. You guys missed the main trip of the night. I don't know how much more I'm gonna get done. I'll be going for a while yet, but it's, for now, we're kind of in a bit of a lull between jobs. I'm on Twitch? Yeah, I've been on Twitch for, quite a long time, actually. I'm doing alright. When did I start streaming again? Probably going a little faster than I should be right now. Considering that's a 40 curve through the tunnel, as I already said, but... Yeah, I started I mean, I've had an account since 2012, but I started streaming summer 2013, though I didn't do it super consistently until 2020. Because, you know, of course, that's when I picked up doing it regularly. Yeah, no, I've been streaming regularly. I've been streaming GTA and Assetto for a while now. Whether or not EJ is there, actually. You would. I'm just doing something real quick. There we go. Don't click on the signs or the buttons tapping back in. I've done that before. Never ends well. Yeah. Dingle says to drink, so it's just water. No alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, but I gotta drink. Stay hydrated and whatnot, you know? Thanks, Max. Yeah, I hate fun, so they say. I mean, Max says I hate fun. I'm not the one... Well, technically Max isn't the one necessarily either, but I'm not the one forcing us to drive GT3s on the regular. I could continue that statement with other things, but I won't. Yeah, the regulars in my chat are very helpful in this regard. They really like to back me up. You guys know how it is, right? License slander. You know what? Last time we got to get Formula. Well, I mean, last time the EJ showed up, at least. Yeah, it was at Bahrain, unfortunately, but the car was good. Oh god, don't remind me of the Cybertrucks. Don't remind me of the Cybertrucks. We didn't race those, and there's a very good reason for that. Cyber trunks. Fair point. Yeah, no, because they don't, they're not meant to be good vehicles. Specifically that one, at least. Can you go any faster? What beat? You? Why? I mean, I could make it work, those stupid things, but yeah, I'm glad we didn't race that and skipped on to, whatchamacallit. Oh, God. We should just stick to the cars we have, because they're actually good quality. I'm sure he does know what he did. Evil. Oh, boy. I'm not repeating myself, Max. Yeah, that is pretty funny, isn't it, Aqualux? When your design is so good that even the animals are confused about it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if anybody is here that came by with from EJ's stream and hasn't already dipped because you need to dip for whatever reason, thank you for coming by. Very much appreciate it. And have a good one. I will probably set the handbrake on this. We'll zoop over into this. And then let's go see what the jobs are here. Do I see anything good? Feel like I could possibly... Yeah, I see trams. I see trams. Not bad. Eh. Sawmill? It's not really worth it. I can take Sawmill if I'm going to Harbor, but that's well out of the way. For 23,000? Nah. Anything here interesting? Nope, 2 drop-offs that aren't worth anything. Would I want to do that? It doesn't really seem like... I mean, it's extra money. But just remember... Gotta come into Harbor and turn around, or I could go into Military Yard. G and E. They are not that close. But what do we got over here? I see vehicles. Deliver cars and 1 drop-off. It's not a lot. That's easy enough to do, though, so it's... might be worth it. That would have to go on the back, though. That would have to go on the back. So what I could do is those trams. What I could do is... Where's the train? Is it back here still? Yeah. Back into the military loop. Pull forward. Or... no, what I could do is instead pull forward back in over here, grab the trams, pull them forward, back around into the military base, and then go that way. Because ideally I want military cars on the back, and set that middle switch there to go into the loading bay. Shame on me. But, yeah, I think these two are what I want. Because if nothing else, going back to Harbor will let me get back to the S060, which is sitting just outside the roundhouse because I left it there. And the S282, did I say 060? I think I did. The S282 is sitting right about there at Harbor. in its natural spawn, which, I mean, if I go back and there's nothing too good from Harbor, I can always take them to City South and get them working. You didn't notice, train that's over there that I'm not even going to try and spot, I got 3 demo units plus the slug. DE6 slug, so I can get working on the other 3. The DM3 demo is already in City South. If you're not familiar with the game at all, the demonstrator units or demo units are basically one-off trains that you can own. Most of the trains in this game you can't own, but the demo units specifically are ones that you can restore and take ownership of. And you can see that one I own, that one I own, and that one I own. It's very difficult to do this. There you go. And then there's the slug, which is just basically a chop down one of these. I know, I'm very far away. DoorDash delivers Lowe's / Home Depot and Best Buy? Interesting. Yeah, alright. I think I'm just gonna stick to these two. Like, again, I could take that, but that's an additional drop in a completely different section of the harbor for only 17,000 plus another 50%. It's more income, but I'm kind of at that point where I just don't care, honestly. By the way, is this... Yeah, military too. It's cars, so it should be fine, but you never know. Well, yeah, like I was saying before, the DE6, the big boy, the cut down DE6 that is just motors, and then the DH4 and the DE2, which are honestly more shunters than haulers, but DH4 is competent. But the DE6 is the one you really want for hauling. And when coupled with a slug, good. The slug I actually can repaint to look like that as of the latest update. I just haven't done so yet. Nice leg stutter. Therefore, display and demonstration at the museum. You can just put them to use. Yes, thank you, Evil. Hey, dummy. Start the train. And the nice thing about these is that because you own them, they never despawn, and so you can customize them. Those are just temporarily put there because, yeah, the new update really did introduce some fun things. Anyway, I can use that because why not? I do want to be careful because I don't remember... Yeah, I don't have a ton of space here. I can go out to the switch, certainly, but much further and I leave the area. At which point I risk losing these jobs because... because I've left the area and so it'll regenerate things. I should be fine if I just barely go over the edge, but I don't want to chance it. Use the independent brake if it's just the trains. Alright. Set you to the correct direction. And then put in a bit of throttle before letting off the brake, because that's a downhill slope. I don't know how soon it starts. But yeah, actually, if anything, it's uphill there. I don't know, you can see it slopes away down that way, though. Where are you? Probably B yard, right? Yes. I am using some mods with this save. This is one of them. It, adds where in the yard each thing is and where it's going to. Normally that's not there, but that's just one of those quality of life things that I prefer to use. I don't use too many mods. That's actually like the main one that and the sorting. You know, these papers, they get rather disorganized in the vanilla game in the station, so there's a mod that just sorts them neatly. Or at least as best as it can do. Beyond that, I'm not sure I actually have any other mods active, because it's just not really needed. B50 is over that way, clearly. I think that goes to B50. I mean, the easy way to check is just to run over here. Yes. We are set up correctly. I mean, I could get in the cabin, I guess. That works too. I should be using the proximity sensors. Oh well. Too late. Maybe I'll use that on the other one. That's another thing that was recently added. Since I don't have any gauges back here yet. Pull the remote out so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah, at this point I don't need to really care. Slow enough. Pushes it a little bit, but that's fine. Good news and bad news. Oh boy. Well, I know what the news is about at least. You okay there? You want some help? Not looking too great. Eh. Go on channel 1. Anyway. Now we go this way. Yeah, we're good. No brakes are on or anything. Well, yeah. Obviously, evil. Let's see, has he posted anything in Discord yet? Nope. Not yet. Please tell me we're not running a test race the week before EJLMS. Because if anything, there are much better tracks we could be running it at. Like, you know, the one that we should have been running for EJLMS? No? Good. Go faster. By the way, proximity reader, are you picking up on that? Probably. We'll see pulling into here. Are you set up properly? Yeah. Left and left. We are racing this week. I'm so surprised. With cars in places. Gee, thanks, Max. Really helpful, that. This is the sort of stuff I have to... Oh, God. Thank you for the $5 tip, Geeson. Thank you for the tip, that's it. Need to pull the remote out in order to get things to work. Oh, we're doing Miami. I mean... The track could be worse, although I still hate that chicane. Let me put it this way. The Miami circuit would be a lot better if it was a proper circuit and not based around a fucking football stadium. Also, apologies for the language if anybody's watching and that caught them out. I would hope by now it should be obvious that's my channel is run. I never actually said it, so hopefully that didn't catch anyone off guard. But yeah, it's... Can I? Please, thank you. Avoid Miami in general, much less the track. Yeah, fair. Can we not roll? It's bad and good, so it's what you expect, yeah. Yep, okay. No surprises then. Could be worse. Get to save the GT3 suffering for the next week. Which actually means I don't have to drive a GT3, which is good. I like that. I resemble this remark. Very nice. Crash car test plus that. Oh, yeah, I mean, Max, let's be real. How many people do you think are going to be around for the GT3 race? Because I assume we're doing Miami first. Apparently this is a 50 curve. I don't believe it. But I don't have to worry about going around here 20. Also, just to point it out, because of Geeson's tip, we're now only $10 away from me having to suffer doing 69 laps of the Nordschleife. Oh goody. If anybody wants to contribute to that, feel free, but also do note the message is pinned in chat, it's in the title. I've been having issues with transferring money out of se.pay, which is the card-based option through Stream Elements. The PayPal option is fine. But yeah, that's something I don't really want to get into right now. It's a nuisance. So. Obviously don't feel like you have to contribute though. Just being here is very much appreciated. Although if you're going to contribute and send bad puns like Geeson, I don't know about that. That's Geeson's job after all, and he's already fulfilled that role for the night. Could be safe below 5 kilometers an hour, but I always like to slow it down. Oh yeah. I had the proximity reader and then I didn't use it. Oh well. Maybe connect it before doing that? Helipad here. Here's some sort of generic tank if anybody wants to try and figure out what it's based off of. No attack helicopters, unfortunately, or missiles. I dropped the missiles off earlier and they disappeared into somewhere. Who knows where they are now? Oh, we're not gonna fit back here, are we? If I didn't have the slug, it might work, but we have the slug. Alright, well in that case, we're going to undo this. Hello? Oh, so that wasn't even done up properly. That's good. Going to pull forward. Going to go over into the loading bay. Or maybe even just 2S right here because it's empty. And that would require me to not have to go as far forward. Gonna back in and then switch tracks, pull forward, back into here, pick that up. It was close. It's close. Almost got there, but not quite. It is getting a little dark. I do have a flashlight I guess I could use. There. Flashlight. The only problem is flashlight's gone. It'll get better once I'm in the cab, at least. It's just gonna be a little bit dark now while I'm shunting. Ow sign. Oh yeah, it is break time, isn't it? Well, let me get this hook backed up so once I come back from the break, we can just go straight into it. Okay, now we're good. Where am I? How did I end up here? That to there. And hop out. Now we just wait for that to come back out, and then I can back it in, connect up, and again, that's when I'll take my break. Yeah, Evil is very familiar with the panhandle at this point. I've been to Florida twice. That's my addition to that conversation. I'm from the Northeast, what do you expect? At least I'm not a West Coaster like some people in chat. There's the response. Yes, RB, I was calling you out specifically. They outlawed mopeds? Oh, God. I mean, I believe it. I believe it that they'd restrict when they can be used. Well, they'd be dumb, don't they? It's fine, just make sure to latch it before it rolls back too far. Alright, and just to be sure, I should check from the cab. Yeah, now we're actually the other way. I'll leave just a bit of brake in it. But I'll come over here, shut this off. Fuel is low. Really? Your fuel should be fine. That's pushing it. That's definitely pushing it. I don't think I should push that. So I guess we'll be making a trip over to the roundhouse. And that was that recalculating because it's still in reverse. You should have all your fuel though. Yep. Oh well. Set that forward. Which I totally needed to pull the remote out for. Anyway, that's the console. Gonna make a new save and then go into settings and set the frame limiter to 5 FPS. Because that reduces load on the GPU during the break. And, oh, we're getting this one. We don't usually get this one. Yeah, I'm just going to take a short break. Just a few minutes to get away from my desk. And, you know, just stand up, stretch. I am going to run some ads during this time. This is how I usually run things around here. Just take a few minutes. Shut up, Max. Take a few minutes, stand up, stretch, do that. And yeah, I'm repeating myself because I'm throwing myself off my usual routine by saying things differently. Shut up, Max. The ads will be over. This is what I gotta put up with on a regular basis. Ads will be over before I get back, so if you want to just mute the tab for a little bit or even get up and do something yourself, if you can get up, obviously. Some people can't do that. But yeah, if you want to just walk away from the stream for a little bit or mute the tab or whatever, that's fine. But yeah, by the time I get back, ads will be done. Ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free. The small cast of ads now when it doesn't disrupt anything important. That's the trade-off. There's always going to be some form of ads. It's just I don't run mine on an automatic schedule. I try to minimize running them regularly. I run them hourly when I'm taking a break. Fair enough, I think. Anyway, when I get back, we'll refuel the locomotives, apparently, because, wow, that was lower than I expected. Then again, that was a lot of weight I was hauling before, so it makes sense. We'll do that, hook back up, and head for the harbor. BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and let's not waste any more time. Let's just get straight back into it, though I need to reset my frame rate. Don't need to go to the game tab. And, no. I guess we can go up here. Yeah, I need to reset the, or I need to refuel things because it's kind of low, and if I'm going down to harbor, excuse me, if I'm going down to harbor, it's gonna need more fuel. We're just gonna do that. Roundhouse is... Seeing out of this train can be difficult sometimes. Roundhouse is right over there. That's where the service station is. And, well, let me put it this way. I could use the regular lights. Or I could use these lights. I'll just do this. Yeah, these are the modded lights that were just added with B99 4. Thank you. I don't like the look of them particularly, but I do like how far they throw light. Also, there is a DE6 I could steal. There's two DE6s I could steal. Do I want to throw a second DE6? Nah, not right now. It's not really worth it. Oh, it's raining again. It's not your fan, it's the weather. Yeah, I don't like those lights particularly. I don't like how they look. I like how they operate, though. And we'll just slip in here. Bit of a slope, potentially, so load up the drivetrain before letting off the brakes. Not so much of an issue, I believe, with the DH4, which is currently what's powering it. Blue train. But the DE2 and the DE6 here at the front are both, well, as the name suggests, DE, diesel electric. So they, that is aligned. The electric motors will very quickly get overloaded if you try and drive them in the opposite direction that of what they're currently rotating. Very good way to blow the switch, if not the motor themselves, the fuse rather, if not the motor. Good service bay. You can see the yellow marks on the road, on the concrete right there. We'll eventually get around this turn. Just back the train into here. Honestly, just shut it down and then roll it in. There'll be enough pressure left. Realistically, you should leave the train running until you come to a stop, but good enough. I know what I'm doing. Take this, plug it into there if I was paying attention. Just refill everything here. Bit of wheel wear. Ah. Yeah, that is the DE2, which I haven't driven at all. Mechanical powertrain, 82. Really? It must have been the overheating. It must have been the overheating in the DH4 that did that much damage, because that is way more than I would usually see. So it must have overheated sufficiently with that climb. Yeah, because, look, that's how much I would normally expect. Nothing. That's the slug, so that has next to nothing. I always scroll the wrong direction on that. Repair the wheels. Oil, and then fair amount of fuel. There we go. 4 out of 4 done. Hitboxes can be a bit iffy sometimes. 36,000 to service, not terrible. Just leave that there. Restart you. And back to the military base we go to pick up the consist and go from there. I hope I can get down there before the end of the stream. Got better part of an hour. I like to end around 11 p.m. Eastern. And it's just ticked over to 11 after. So, got a while. Yeah, the DE6 is tempting. I do want another DE6 to go on the back end of the slug here. Probably replacing this, honestly. Because I don't need the DH4 necessarily. But eventually. That can wait. Alright, let's see if I can do this in reverse. Okay. Seems good. I should probably throw rear lights on, though. So I have something to see where I'm going. I haven't put any extra lights on this yet. I put the headlights on the DE6, but the DE2 is very much still just default lights. Honestly, just been lazy about that. I have some lights in the shed that I can mount on it, and the DH4. That was my intention. And then they added the fancy lights that the DE6 has, and I just mounted them, and honestly, I feel like that's sufficient. It's pretty good, you know? I won't complain about it. And pull the remote out, which pulling the remote out does that. So, there we go. The remote's more for reference than anything, since I don't have any gauges out the back of the train. How far along are we? Pretty far, so I don't want to go too fast here, but independent brake will slow down the train pretty quickly. Especially if I lean into it a lot. There we go. Just gently roll it back. Perfect. Connect that back up. Handbrake will need to be unset, but that's fine. So you cut you out. And also put a little bit of lighting on in here. In theory, red light is better. Well, in reality, red light is better for your night vision than white light is. I don't know if it actually makes a difference for the video game, but... Well, let me put it this way. I'd rather have that than this. You know? Anyway, get you started up, if I could hit the right button. I love this control stand, because just... There's a start button right there. I don't have to go outside anymore. You know, normally I've got to go out here, and here's your starter. If they ever do something with this lever, then, you know, that might change, but... Until then... Alright, get rolling. 1, 2. Actually, switch back to here. This is still here? Okay. I catch up with my train really quickly. Oh yeah. Let's have some breaks, shall we? 100 meters. That's 110 realistically. And another 72, of course. So 230, roughly. Should be good enough. I can actually test that right now. I'm gonna ease it a little bit and use the free cam. Well, it's not really a free cam, but the distant cam that you can get, third person one. Just to see that that is about right. More for verification that yes, I can switch that switch back to where I want it to be. Yep. Good. Alright. So, machine factory, I am the yard. That's right. That's a right. That's a left that I want. And then I guess I should set this up. I actually don't want that one first. I want to switch them. Flashlight away. The military cars means that I'm going to be going into the military base, but specifically B7I. Honestly, just let the train coast even. I can talk. The harbor, B yard, right, left into B7I. And then the other one is going to G5I. Keep the speed in check. Check G5I, okay. So that will be a right, and a left into G5I. Take a notch of the dynamic brake out. I'm gonna want to go left. So what I'm gonna do when I get to the harbor, we're gonna go left, pull forward, back into the military yard, and then pull out up the hill and back into G? Well, actually, no, I don't need to do that. I can just pull into G. Okay, that's all set. Though, depending on what's in City West, at the bottom of the hill, City West is down here, and this is a long hill. Depending on what's there seems to usually be a job to harbor. That's like 50,000 or so. So I might have to pick that up. It is 60 around this curve, so I don't want to go much faster than this. And thus far the speed limit has been respected because the defect detector has not gone off once. So that's good. Actually move a little bit forward. Yeah, when you combine a DE6 with the Slug, that's these forward two trains here, just the dynamic brake on them is so good. Not necessarily always going to save you, but it does a very good job of managing to hold back the train in most cases. You just gotta keep in mind the weight of things. Are we good to go faster than 60? I actually don't remember. We should be fine. This stretch is very straight and fast. Well, there you go. 10. the off chance, I will say, in the off chance that we pick something up here, I want to see out the train. Pick something up from City West, rather. I will probably detach it here, and then pull forward, back in, drop military, and then back up for it, and continue on. But we gotta see. Just gotta wait and see. Let's see, if I do this... Not that much. About there. I don't think the train is heavy enough for that to work. But it certainly will slow it down sufficiently. I read somewhere, somebody said that if you start slowing down at that 80 kilometers an hour. I'm American, I don't say that unit very much. That's my excuse. Combined with just not being good at speaking English normally, apparently. But you start braking at that and go to 2.5 bar of pressure. You'll slow down in time for this curve. Obviously, I slowed down with plenty of time to spare. So, yeah, it works. But in this case, I think the train is just light. Because trams are light, and military cars are light. To the point where, honestly, this is kind of overkill. And I've hardly used any fuel because, of course, I haven't. Alright, now that we're here, I'm just going to look. There is something there, but let's see if it's worth picking up. Nope. Nothing going to harbor. There's a logistical haul to farm, which isn't out of the way, but it's a logistical haul. Yeah, it's a logistical haul A2S. Let me actually look at that. It's a logistical haul is my only concern. Logistical hauls can be a pain in the rear, so I'm just going to ignore it and catch up to my train. Oh! So they didn't fix this bug, huh? Or maybe they only fixed it on teleport out. That wasn't far enough away. Yeah, there was a bug in 99.3, the previous version, where you could teleport out of a train and you would just end up getting carried along with it. That's been fixed, but as you saw there, trying to teleport into it, I still got caught up on the train. So the issue is still there, just in a slightly different way is all. It's not a major issue, obviously. Not game-breaking by any means. Also, I see the train brakes are still kind of warm. No surprise there. Just get up to around maybe slightly over 50 and then we'll be good for a little bit. There is a switch coming up sooner than not that's only 30, but it's fine. There we go. And I know that my path through all these switches is fine because I literally, I came up this way on the way up to Machine Factory in Iron Mine West, and now I'm returning from Machine Factory to Harbor, so I know everything's set correctly. I haven't touched it. Yeah, this is not the 3. The 3 is the next set of switches. That is the 3, just not the way I'm going. Got a bit of moisture I see. Oh boy. It's not that big of a deal. Just prefer it didn't rain, honestly. At least with this load, I'm actually getting almost 60 FPS. I was getting like around 30 FPS earlier. I don't know why, this update just seems to not be as good performance-wise. To be fair, I do have my game pretty much cranked at 1440p, which for a 2080 Ti, it's asking a lot. No DLSS or anything like that. You can do it last update though, so I don't know. This is a climb up the side of a hill, so get the speed in it now while we're still on the flattened level before we start climbing. Because oh boy, do we start climbing real quick. You can really see the rain with the new lights, can't you? I'm sure the lights and the extra add-ons are part of the reason why my frame rate has suffered, but in general, it's just seemed like the game is performing a bit worse on this update. For me, at least. I could just turn down the settings, but it looks so good. Okay, Twitch might not actually be able to benefit from how good it looks, but I'm recording at 1440p and downscaling to 1080 for Twitch, for the stream. So, recording is good, and I upload the recordings to YouTube. But yeah, there's only so much I can do for Twitch. You know, Twitch doesn't let me stream out at 1440p at this point. Start the timer for this, so I know exactly when it stops being a 40. Twitch can barely handle 1080p without falling over. Yeah, not entirely wrong. Error 2000, error 3000, say hello. No, well, that was pretty quick. The consist earlier was over 600 meters, so, you know, with this only being a little over 200, it's throwing me off a bit, because I'm expecting it not to be so quick. But yeah, it's raining, I'm at full throttle. DE6 plus DE6 slug just doesn't really care, even in the rain. Especially with this light of a load. How light is it? So that's 80 tons. And you're 174. Yeah, that's pretty light. This is a 60, so we're fine at this speed, but I'll still take it off. Let me put it this way. I could probably haul this entire train with the DH4. The DE6 is overkill. How dare you have VODs thing? Yeah. I mean, I actually finally finished cleaning up all the stuff I had backlogged on Twitch. So pretty much, if you want to watch a highlight from me on Twitch, I stopped uploading to Twitch years ago now, because it just wasn't worth it. RB is commenting on the subtitles, the caption, automatic captions. I got rid of most of the newer stuff, so it's pretty much just the older stuff that had been there for years.
little fast there. But we're fine. Defect detector hasn't gone off, and clearly we're still on the rails. Led to lots of VOD channels being made. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I mean, fortunately for me, like I said, I've been recording my streams for quite a while now and uploading them to YouTube. I think 2022 I started uploading them. So I'm ahead of the curve on that front. I don't have all of my streams archived, obviously, but pretty much 2022 onward. They all are on YouTube. They're on my main channel, admittedly, which isn't great, but I've started uploading them unlisted, so that seems to help with the algorithm. Not that I cared that much. But, yeah. And because I'm an affiliate on Twitch, I get 14 days of VODs being saved automatically. Seriously, Twitch, I'm an affiliate. I mean, I understand why, but I'm an affiliate. Couldn't I have 30 days? The reason is because it's not stupidly easy, but it's relatively easy to become an affiliate. So Twitch doesn't want to allocate that much space to everyone. Yeah, a whole 2 weeks, I know. But if you pay them for Twitch Turbo, you'll get 60 days. I lose half of my bloody sub revenue, which is, at this point, more than a turbo sub would cost. But I still get almost a fifth of what turbo subs get. That's what annoys me. I lose so much sub revenue because Twitch is... it's a 50-50 split, right? I'm an affiliate, it's 50-50. But that doesn't cover the cost of, you know, VOD storage. Like I said, it's whatever. I upload to YouTube. And now, because I'm recording at 1440p, that was a fairly recent change, because I tried it in the past and it didn't work well. Despite the fact I have the same hardware, it works better now, so... it's better quality on YouTube, you're just missing out on chat, which only lasts as long as the VOD lasts. This is a 70. But I still don't want to push it too fast through here, because you could hear how much it was grinding there. And we're coming up on slower sections soon anyway, so... at this point I can pretty much just coast down into harbor. Waiting for the sign, there it is. Again, I said it earlier, visibility out of the front of the DE6 is pretty bad. Again, I could resolve that just by being up here. But I'm not next to all the controls here. Technically 60 through the switch, and 60 through the tunnel, but we're going to be getting into 40s fairly quickly, so mind the speed. Also, it's dry in the tunnel, so the windshield wipers are going to start squeaking. Turbo should include usage of any user's emotes. I don't know about that one, honestly. I need you to slow down more than that. I'm not concerned about derailing. Like, that was pushing it, but... We're good. Didn't need the wheels locking up, though. Yeah, I don't know. Turbo including sub-emotes while you're in the channel. I don't know about that simply because you're using my emotes without paying for them. And yeah, the points you can redeem emotes. But like, the only split I'm getting from Turbo is ad revenue. Which ain't a ton as a small streamer. Yeah, I'm not sure how much I like that. And yeah, as Evil says, that's one of the main incentives to subscribe is emotes. You give that to Turbo and like just incentivizes Turbo over subscribing that much more. I think it's fine as it is, with the whole point system being able to redeem emotes on channels that have that system enabled at least. I think that's a better way to handle it. Because yeah, it's not the cheapest thing, but at least points are free to accumulate over time. And that allows you to unlock emotes. For only 24 hours, it's not great. But yeah, I'm not sure I'm on board with Turbo users having access to emotes. Maybe if there was like a small selection that we could designate, and I would prefer that I be able to designate and Twitch doesn't just decide automatically. Because like, I know some of my emotes are better than others. Do I necessarily want to be giving them away? You already have the channel point system, you know? Yeah, it's one of those things that's just like trying to balance giving the viewers toys, if you will, things to use, but not just handing it out. And again, the whole idea behind the sub emotes specifically is that you have to subscribe for them normally. So I don't know. Increased channel points earning? If it's less than subscribing, sure. I could see that being. Like, if it was 1.1x, maybe? Because subs already are 1.2x. So... Come on, slow down. I think the harbor is loaded. Because boy did my frame rate just die. Sudden steep downhill section just shot the speed up massively there. I don't know. Turbo is one of those things that's kind of like hard to balance in some ways, because you know, Turbo is good, don't get me wrong. I used to have Turbo back when it was $5 or $6. Hey, kiosk. Back in the mid-2010s. But the whole thing about Turbo is that it provides ad blocking for channels, which is, if enabled, one of the other benefits of subscribing. Now, don't get me wrong, I like that aspect of it, because it allows you to have that feature on lots of channels without having to subscribe to each and every single one of them. But again, it's one of those things that you just gotta balance. You start throwing in extra features to Turbo and... oh boy. Actually, speaking of Turbo, I should still have my custom Turbo color, because I haven't changed it. Unless Twitch reverted that, to where you don't get to keep your custom color if you set it. But... yeah, I like Turbo overall, but as a... from the streaming side of it, it's one of those things that, like... apparently caps lock is on. Yeah, you need to make sure that it's not too overpowered in case people... You know, you don't want to incentivize only using turbo. Although turbo being $9 a month in the US is certainly an incentive not to use it. I see my color as being what I set it to, so yes. Yeah, exactly what Evil said. IO60. SO60. Yeah, that could be cool, Dingle. Emote packs that the revenue from which gets split between the people who contribute the emotes to them. It's an interesting concept. Cool. I am just going to ride back here, because while I've got all the nifty toys and whatnot in the cab, I like being back here, so I can see exactly what's going on. In theory, it's not necessary, but I like doing it this way. Yeah, exactly, Dingle. Most of us cannot afford to subscribe to all the streamers / content creators, whether on Twitch or elsewhere. We cannot afford to subscribe to everyone. Membering on YouTube, obviously, but, you know. We cannot afford to financially support them. Which is a problem. Because, yes, I want those emotes, but can I justify subscribing to them? I personally cannot, because I am broke. By the way, we're $10 off of making me suffer in Nordschleife for 69 laps, if anyone wants to contribute to that. Gotta say it, you know? Fun topic. I see helicopters. But yeah, it's one of those unfortunate things. You can't support everybody, but you can't make things that are too powerful, because then it takes away from supporting people where you can, because people will just be like, oh, I want this thing, because that will just let me have all the things without actually supporting people in the way that I should. Yeah, I mean, depends on how many emotes are in the pack, I'd say, Dingle, and how many creators are involved. Which makes it very complex, obviously. But I don't hate the idea entirely. Let's see. You all the way down, you forward. Set you going. Over here. 29 minutes. Easy. Another 33.8. Not bad. So that's going mill base. Mill base. Oh, there go. I mean, ooh, that's going. So machine factory is more. I do want to go to military base. I don't know. It depends on what else is here that's going to machine factory. It's not going to happen tonight. Hello? You. How long are you? 110, so I want 160. Sub gifters, yes. Oh my god, I have honestly relied on sub gifters a lot in the past few years. Very nice people, those who can do that. Yeah, right, kiosk. Wouldn't say it, but you would be able to tell something's changed. That should be... I don't know why I'm backing up. I honestly don't need to. Also, the train was not holding itself there. Go faster. I'm trying. What's going on, geek? That is set correctly. Yeah, that's fair, Dingle. Getting high on spray paint fumes. Hell yeah? Maybe? Yeah, yes, very true. Heck, I don't know that I've ever subscribed to I've never subscribed to EJ normally. I might have used Prime on his channel once or twice. I've got 3 years of subscription built up on his channel at this point. My sub has recently expired, admittedly, but still. So, that's primarily due to gifted subs, which is always very much appreciated. 060 is just sitting there. Someday. See, 2 282s, and of course no DE6 sitting here. Spray the car down. Like I said before, there's the S282 demo unit just sitting right there. The first thing I saw coming into harbor, pretty much. It's just there. And then the DH4, this one, that was sitting, we're going plenty fast enough. That was sitting out over there, so I noticed it fairly quickly. Did it ever get found? Yes. Yes, it did. Where are we going? G5I? This should be set. Yep. We're set correctly. Nothing too interesting in the G yard. Wasn't in a spot you looked already? It was in a spot that I missed looking at because I was overlooking it. That's why you didn't show up. Okay, geek. Well, lucky you. You got 2 extra weeks to find an excuse not to show up for Imola. I gift sub to like 5 channels. Yeah, that actually reminds me. I got a gift sub myself recently. It was over a month ago now. To a channel that never heard of. Don't know. Okay, turn the damn lights off. Don't know who they were. Didn't look into them honestly at all. But yeah, that sub came and went. Hope they enjoyed the extra sub revenue from my gift sub. Sometimes that happens. You just get random subs. Sometimes $109,000. That's why we like trams. No, but really, that's good. 674. I believe they do. Yeah, Chaos. I don't think I've ever gotten a gift sub on YouTube. Yeah, there's the unload. I don't care. Anything good? Lots going to Sawmill. Not that it's great going to Sawmill. You have to opt into receiving them? Jeez. Uh-huh. I mean, I think right here determines that the next time I stream this game, we're going back to Machine Factory. Because if you remember, there's an over $100,000 job going to the military base at Machine Factory. And then there's another $150,000 sitting right here. That's nothing worth it. Those are drop-offs, which aren't terrible money, but I don't care at this stage in the game. Yeah, now admittedly, that's 900 tons right there. Let's go back over to the military base. I'm just gonna cheat my way over there. I mean, look, I played with more, like, not casual settings per se, but much more relaxed settings. So I'm allowed to teleport far distances. If you play on a more realistic setting, you can barely even teleport like this. To be fair, this is my first save in this game, so I technically, you know, I'm only just getting used to it, in a sense, as a result. Thank you, Key, for letting go on me. Trying to get it set down nice and close. There we go. Look at that. So yeah, that's 1,000 tons. That's gonna struggle to get out of the harbor. I don't believe that. I feel like the weather is stuck in a way where it just squeaky chair. It's the same weather condition throughout the day, regardless of what it actually is. On Twitch kiosk or on YouTube? I have no clue on YouTube, and on Twitch it doesn't seem consistent. Yeah, of course, evil. Of course. I'm just calculating it out. So that's $240,000 base payout right there. And with the time bonus, which 115 minutes, easy. $360,000 from 2 jobs. It's 1,000 tons, which is a lot. It's gonna be a bit of a struggle. I will need the DH4 because the game refuses to spawn a bloody DE6 here at the harbor as of late. When I want one, should have taken the one from Machine Factory. One of 2. There were 2 there. Should have taken one of them. But yeah, that's gonna be what I do. I'll get the setup off stream so that next week when I stream this again, in a week time, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, is when I'll be streaming this. Which again, it's a week from now minus 3 hours. Think of it that way if you're not East Coast US. I'll have these all set up to go, and we'll do it. Because that is well worth the money. I know I keep doing Harbor to Machine Factory and back, but again, when this is it also, you know? I could throw in an extra $60,000 worth. It's another half a ton. So probably won't, just because the Machine Factory jobs are already heavy enough. And they're more valuable. Or less weight, even. If I had a second DE6, easy. Take all of them. But yeah, I'll probably end up skipping the City West. Unfortunately. Yeah, I can't zoom in. But that's still a good set of jobs. And I like to show, like, that's what I'm going for. I can't read the text that zoomed out, but I can see they're all Machine Factory just to remind myself. For the next time. The bot has said, though, it's time for a break, which, because it's just about 11 p.m., means it's actually time for the end of the stream. As far as the next stream goes, I'll be back on Wednesday at my usual time, 8 p.m. Eastern, playing some sort of Pokemon game. I don't know. Wednesday is usually my Pokemon night. I just got done with a multi-game solo archipelago, which is just basically a multi-game randomizer. Just got done with that last week, so gotta find something else to do. I've got plenty to do. Just a matter of what do I want to do. And then Friday, apparently, EJ should be there for this. Seto, with Trash Car Test to start, followed by F3s at Miami, because, you know, we haven't done that in a few years now, so let's do that, an obnoxious track. What are you guys saying? Kiosk, that's true. However, there's a very steep climb coming out of Harbor. And there's a steep climb, not that steep, but there's still a long climb from City West to Machine Factory. The steeper climb, though, is out of Harbor, which is the main concern. Yes, I did, RB. Don't get started on it. It's a well-known fact I don't like NASCAR. Hills on both, it'll be fine. You know... Maybe I'll grab one of the extra 2 DH4s to do it. We'll see. I won't do it in Trash Car, but if anybody tips $10, I'll do the 69 laps at Nordschleife. Speaking of cars. I'm not driving a Trash Car around Nordschleife for 69 laps, though. Not happening. I don't even know what game or what car I'm doing it in, but it's $10 away. It's not that much. Surely somebody has $10. Time to make that an AC event. No. No, God, no. See, the problem is, if it's an AC, I'm going to want to use my wheel, and I do not want to do 69 laps. Consecutive laps with the wheel. That is not happening. Yeah. Well, Max, first and foremost, you actually have to fix the damn car so that it's nice to drive. Nice, relatively speaking. It's an NASCAR, it's never nice to drive. But, like, the road course version of it, it's been shit for years, which is why we haven't raced it. It's not happening. Do that just to see you suffer. It's not happening. You would have to send me a ton more money for that to happen. It's not happening. Like, you need to hit the damn goal in the first place. So, look, 69. Well, $3 do it. $3 won't even get the damn 69 laps in the first place. Shut up, RB. Crash cars around the Nordschleife for 69 laps is not happening. I'm not doing it. I mean, if somebody wants to give me $1,000, I'll do it. But I'm not doing it. V8 supercars. I don't want to do it in Assetto, period, Max. Kiosk. I ain't touching that. At all. Nope. Nope. If they're set up for road courses, yes. The problem is that the road course version has been not really reasonably drivable for years, even for trash car standards. Yeah, there is no road course version effectively at this point. Like, there was at some point in the past. But yeah. I do not want to do it in Assetto. I want to do the laps on a controller. One car does it all. Well, yeah, but you still haven't made it. We haven't run it on a road course in a long time, is my point. Whether it's the tires or not, yeah, it's the tires. We haven't done it in forever. Because you need to redo them. Yep. Yeah, I wanna do it on controller. Ideally, honestly, I think I would do it on 5M. The problem is Cockstar doesn't allow that. So what I might end up doing, if I don't just load up like GT6 or something on my PS3, is mod my single player client, because it's not like I'm going on GTA Online in the first place, and just do it there. Because it's GTA, I can get Nordschleife, and I don't want to bother setting it up kiosk. Or kiosk? Max. Kiosk is just above you. What if it was mirrored? What? Yeah, it is kind of rude. It's rude to call kiosk Max, if anything. I mean, kiosk, it's fine if it's the vanilla game. It's just you're not allowed to use real world shit in 5M. Although, if you can't tell that it's 5M, you would be able to tell it's 5M. But if you can't tell it's 5M, then it's just the vanilla game. But yeah, I don't feel like setting up controller support on my AC instance, because I'm not going to use it. Oh, God, Max, what do you have to suggest now? No! That is not touching my hard drive. That game got uninstalled permanently in 2020. We do not touch that game. AMS2. See, I don't want to do it in a more sim type game because I just want to do it on a controller. At least with GT6, it's simcade, sure, but I don't feel the need to use my wheel, especially because getting the wheel working with a PS3 I found generally causes issues. Getting it working again on PC properly. Don't ask me why. It just always seems to cause issues when I do that. BMNG. How about no? Project Cars, RB. You know, that piece of shit. Anyway, how long am I going to keep talking for here? It's the end of the stream. I'm meant to wrap up. Point is, if nobody tips another $10, it's not happening regardless. And you're running out of time because I'm not extending that goal. I don't know why you did 15, but no. Crash Car isn't happening. Piece of Shit 2 isn't happening. Piece of Shit 1 isn't happening. Don't even try and bring that one up either. Yeah, Puss too. It's very good with pronunciation. Thank you for the $15. We're now over that goal, and I've got to figure out something for next month because I don't know. Yeah, just the tip. Okay. I guess I do have to actually genuinely consider what game to use now and what car. It's going to be a faster car, obviously, because, well, let me put it this way. Even with a 7-minute lap, 69 laps is going to take about 8 hours. Call it 9 with taking breaks occasionally. I'm going to have to go to the bathroom at some point, at least once. So, yeah. That's part of why I don't want to do it in anything too difficult, because it's a long fucking time. Who do you think you are? Well, I mean, I'm not going to be using the brakes all that often, probably. Yeah, 8-minute laps, it's going to be over 9. So, something that's faster. I don't know, maybe GT6 is a valid option. I have to see if my DualShock 3s want to cooperate, admittedly. I'll probably have to have it plugged in the entire time just to ensure it survives. Maybe. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, it's Nords only. I'm not doing the endurance circuit. I am not doing the endurance circuit. Not happening. Well, I'm not necessarily going to go with like a formula car. But yeah, it's going to be something reasonably fast, but not stupid fast and not uncontrollable. Because again, controller. The fastest modern road cars are below 630 max, but remember, if I go with GT6, it's more like 7 minutes. It's an older game. Cars are not quite that fast back in the early 2010s. Yeah, but race car, well, depends on what car I go for. Like I said, there's more I gotta think about it. I genuinely haven't thought about it that much because I wasn't expecting to do it. But then I decided, let's take that stupid goal and make it cost a third of the amount and do a third of the laps. 962. How about no? It would be fast, but I'd rather not. Oh, I know what I'll use. If I do GT6 X2010, that's a bit too fast. Compromise. 2J. Also, I appreciate you calling it the X2010, but it's X1. Right? Wasn't the original name the X1? It only got changed to 2010 because then 2011 and 2015 and all the different fucking versions of it. But 2J is a genuine shout. It's not the easiest car to drive, but it's a fan car. Zonda final offer. Well, regardless. Zonda R. I don't know if that's fast enough or It needs to be something I can enjoy driving for long enough, because I'm going to be driving it for a long fucking time. 647 record. Yeah, okay. I'll have to think about it. It's also 10 after now, so I want to end the damn stream. Thank you, Dingle, for your tip, and thank you, Geeson, as well. I'm sure you're long gone, but thank you for the $5. The bit that came along with that, I'm not so sure about. Fucking Geeson. Alright, Max, did you really just suggest a tank? Is that what you suggested? Am I reading that correctly? Yep, okay. I'm not too knowledgeable on my tanks, but 787. You fucking lot. Next stream's on Wednesday. It's Pokemon. We want to watch some ads and you're not a subscriber? Stick around. Otherwise, get out. I'm not going to send you anywhere because I don't think anyone I follow is doing anything that I feel like sending you to. Because, yeah, I'm not really following anybody. So, go find something to do yourself. I don't like rating channels that I'm not familiar with. Oh, does it, Dingle? That's kind of funny. Yes, shush. So yeah, ads on the way out. Watch them or don't. Do as you wish. And don't listen to Dingle. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and I guess look forward to me suffering for 8 to 9 hours or so, most likely, at some point in the future. Later.